101.5 FM. Well, in the wash-up of Saturday night's election, one of the people that unfortunately for many community groups around the place, and that's the feeling that we've had overwhelmingly this morning, is one of the members that has lost his seat is for the member for Morayfield, Mark Ryan, and he joins us on the line. I know it's a very tough time for you, Mark. Commiserations on the loss, but life goes on.
Absolutely, Darren, and thanks very much for your commiseration message and for the best wishes of everyone else. I've been receiving lots of messages of support from community groups and people all over the general area, just wishing me well for the future. And yes, it is a disappointing result, but at the end of the day, this is what elections do. If people want to keep a member, they vote for the member. If they don't want to keep a member, they don't vote for the member. And unfortunately, the result on Saturday didn't go my way.
You've always been upfront about it and said, well, at the end of the day, it's always the voters' decision, isn't it?
Absolutely. And, Darren, the voters always get it right. It's also a very important message to all political parties and all members of Parliament out there that you've got to continue to work hard for your electorate and got to continue selling them a positive message about what you want to do and what you hope to achieve.
Let's talk about then what I hope to do and hope to achieve. A single term for you, Mark Ryan. What can you walk away from the seat of Morayfield saying that no matter what else happens, this is what I've done?
Well, I'm very proud of my record, as I've spoken to your station about on a number of occasions previously. I'm very proud of the infrastructure that I was able to deliver for our region, and to put it into context. And I think a lot of people misunderstand the hard process that goes on with trying to get major government infrastructure projects for a region. In the last term of government, not only did we have a global financial crisis which severely damaged the government revenue flows, but we also had major flooding. And in those sort of circumstances, it's very difficult to source government revenue to be able to fund major infrastructure projects. So it involved a hell of a lot of work for me to get $153 million for the Morayfield Road upgrade, which I was able to get. And of course, people driving on Morayfield Road today will see, construction work underway. It took a hell of a lot of work to get $26 million for the upgrade of Narangba train station, and people who are travelling on the train today will see construction work down at that train station. But there was also all those little projects, those little things that you had to fight for and work with people. And, some of the really magnificent things I'll remember is getting, $5,000 for the Narangba station kindy to keep them going for another 12 months, or getting $80,000 for the Caboolture Sports Football Club to get them some lights so that they can increase the number of games that they can play and also increase the number of people that can play soccer in our region. So all those little projects, I'm very proud of being able to work with the community to deliver. But I'm also very proud of what I've been able to do to connect people in our community. And a couple of people spoke to me over the last couple of weeks to say, they were really impressed with how our community has changed for the better over the last couple of years. And this is what they said to me. They said they put it down to me being a presence in our community, linking people to government, as well as also linking people to each other. So I'm very proud of my record. I'm very proud of the last 3 years, and I guess, as all defeated members of Parliament would probably say, I wish I had a bit more time to continue doing a bit more for our region, but that's not to be.
It's funny. In my time at the radio station, I've got to meet a lot of politicians and see some of the work that they do, and I think it's fair to say that you're certainly one of the hardest working politicians that I've seen. I know that it's easy for the community to bag politicians, but in essence, if the average public was to see what a hard-working politician did in an average working week, and then they got told the money that they'd get for it, I don't think there'd be too many people putting their hand up for the job.
Oh, well, you certainly sometimes do things for the love of it, and what drove me to work so hard for our community and our region was my love for this community. As everyone, as all your listeners would know, I'm a local boy. I grew up here and I went to primary school in this area, and I love the place. I love the people, and I was sincere about my wish to make it a better place to live, work and play. So when you love a place and you love the people within that community, it's pretty easy to get out there and work very hard. It's pretty easy to be up at midnight going down to Dale Street at Burpengary to help those people move washing machines upstairs so that they don't get flooded out. It's pretty easy to go to sporting events on Saturdays and Sundays and join with young people at those events because, you love what you do. And it's pretty easy to be out and about volunteering in school tuck shops, encouraging volunteerism in our schools because, you love your community. So all those things, people might say, oh, you worked very hard and you devoted a lot of time to it. Well, it was pretty easy for me to do that because of the feelings that I've got for this place.
Do you still have a hunger for serving the community?
Oh, I think service to community will always be in my heart and mind, and I'll certainly be looking for other things to do to help other people in the community and also to continue service in one way or another.
The applications or the nominations close for local council tomorrow. Is there a chance that Mark Ryan might be on a local ballot in a division in the Moreton Bay region somewhere?
I'm not usually in the business of ruling anything in or out, but you won't see me on the ballot paper for the Moreton Bay Council elections in 2012.
Well, there's no doubt that's a loss to the community. Where to now for Mark Ryan? I know that it's still early stage, but where to now for you, Mark?
Oh, it is early days, but I'll be taking some time just to think about the past couple of years and also the future years ahead. So I'll be reflecting on a little bit of what I can do and where I need to be. And in due course, people will hear about where I will end up.
From a personal note, I want to thank you, Mark. It's been a pleasure in the dealings that I've had to deal with you. I think that if the next member of Morayfield can do half as much and work half as hard as you have for this local community, I think we'll be doing okay.
Yeah, thank you very much, Darren. And can I just through your station, to your listeners and to the broader community, thank everyone for their support and friendship over the last 3 years. I've certainly found my role tremendously fulfilling, and I certainly hope that my legacy as the first ever member for Morayfield, albeit for a short time, is something that will stay in people's minds for a number of years yet to come.
Mark Ryan, thanks for your time.
Thank you, Darren.